All rise. Support court with Judge Vanderby is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1047, Alma case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You all may be seated. Ms. Alma, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, we are currently divorced and he's paying me child support. And lately he's been doing a lot of extra, he's a bartender, and he's been doing a lot of extra parties for professional sports figures and making a lot more money than what he previously admitted to when we first got our divorce. He's making like around an extra $5,000 a month in tips from his bartending gigs. And I just feel like with 3 kids, we need to increase the child support. And he's not agreeing with me on that.
Well, if what you're saying is true, I would agree with you too. We need to increase that child support amount. And you said how many children?
3.
3 children.
$500 monthly for 3 children scarcely suffices for groceries, rent, educational materials, or medical costs. Now, the shocking revelation emerges that he is purportedly earning an additional $5,000 monthly in gratuities from private events. This development complicates matters, as child support regulations could mandate a significantly higher payment if substantiated. However, will he concede to this income or attempt to evade responsibility? What are your thoughts on whether such supplementary income should be factored into child support calculations? Kindly share your opinions in the comments section.
Okay. You said about $5,000 a month. And I have documents up here from your most recent court order. $500 a month?
Yes.
For 3 children?
For 3 children. Okay.
Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just think that he's denying the fact that he's making this additional money every month, and I think it's obvious everything he puts onto the media, buying drinks for people and buying shots, and he's at these high-profile parties, and I just think that he needs to do what's right for our kids, and it's hard to take care of that many kids on $500 a month.
Right, right. Yeah, I would definitely agree. What about health insurance for these children?
They're on Medicaid.
Okay, all right.
At that moment, the judge inquires whether he is earning additional income. After a brief pause, he concedes that he indeed bartends for celebrities and generates substantial revenue. However, he maintains that $500 per month suffices. This prompts the judge to systematically dismantle his justifications, and it is unlikely to conclude favorably for him. What is your opinion? Should he contribute a greater amount?
Sir, is there a reason, you're not supporting your children more? And first off, is what she's saying true? What does that mean?
Sort of, yes, I do bartend for some celebrities sometimes.
So the answer is yes, that what she said is true, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And but I mean, they have done good so far. I thought $500 would be good. I mean, they have been doing great. I mean,
you think $500 is enough to raise children, and you're making an additional $5,000 a month?
Well, I
is that what you're saying?
Yes, I bring them. I bring them clothes, from time to time. That helps them,
That's called parenting.
Backpacks.
Parenting.
Laptops.
Parenting.
Yes, Your Honor. And honestly, being a bartender, my income is not fixed. So, I'm always saving for a rainy day. That's why I don't want to part with a lot of my money, my savings. I want to keep some of that money for the future and
your children's future.
The classic save for a rainy day excuse this. Individual earns substantial income yet is reluctant to allocate funds for his children. Raising children is not a financial strategy. It is a continual obligation. Meanwhile, their mother is managing all daily costs independently. The court is unconvinced, and we should be as well. What would you articulate if you occupied the judge's position?
Well, yes, yeah, that too.
Right, so that means you shouldn't have a problem paying the additional amount based on your income.
Well, what if I lose my job, Your Honor?
What if I lose mine?
For me. Well, true, but I mean.
Yeah, I've got 3 kids.
Well, we
Works
got
both
3
ways.
kids. I mean, we got them.
Well, it
together,
feels like
right?
I have 3 kids.
Well,
Since you're not
I do
really doing
visit
a
them
part.
from time to time. I was there last month. I took them for the entire weekend, and
Oh, you took them for one weekend. You took your children for one long weekend
yes, ma'am.
parenting.
Yes,
Right.
my
You're
job.
not going to get a medal for that. That's what you should do as a parent. You should take your children for long weekends. You should buy them backpacks. You should buy them laptops. You should buy their clothes. That's what a parent does. And that's not even a good parent. That's basic parenting. Good parenting goes above and beyond those things that I just said. You haven't said anything about going above and beyond. And based on what she's saying, these children are with her most of the time. Do you think about how her expenses increase with your children always being with her? $500? That's probably enough to cover groceries, if that.
Here lies the ultimate reality check. Taking your kids for one weekend does not make you a great parent. It constitutes the most basic requirement to purchase them backpacks. That's not a luxury, that's a need. The judge is telling the truth, and you can feel the heat. Parenting isn't about occasional gifts. It's about continuous financial and emotional assistance. Should courts implement more stringent regulations on parents attempting to minimize child support payments?
Well, that might be true, but you have to consider this. I work almost every day, and
I do too.
I don't get a break. And parenting the kids, that takes a lot of effort, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm up for it. I'm tired, and so and I have already taken a lot of time off. For those parties, for the celebrity parties, I have to work extra hours, and so
You haven't said anything that moved me. You just gave a bunch of excuses, quite frankly. You didn't deny anything that she just said. So you are in agreement that you're making about $5,000 a month for these private parties, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. And it is true that these children are on Medicaid, correct?
Yes.
And you only have 3 children?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to modify your child support today, Mr. Alma. It's the right thing to do. You're going to have to pull from that savings that you're saving for yourself and start saving for these children's future, as well as taking care of them monthly. You got it? All right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to base your child support off of that $5,000 a month, which will put your salary around $60,000. Like I said, gross is $5,000. That brings your net down to $4,101.87. Do you have any other children outside of these 3?
Person had to be hurt, and the judge pointed out his excuses for not stepping up. He was fine working extra hours for celebrity parties, but he was too exhausted to be a parent. This kind of reasoning doesn't work in court, and the judge made it clear that this man is in charge of 3 children and that responsibility doesn't take weekends off.
No, ma'am. That's the only children that I have.
Okay, all right. And then I'm going to do 9% of your gross for the reimbursement to Medicaid, which comes out to about $450. Do you have access to private health insurance? Can someone at one of these private parties get you some health insurance for these children?
I can try.
Well, I would suggest that you do, because I think that you can find health insurance a lot cheaper than $450, okay? So $450 plus your monthly child support obligation comes out to $1,680 a month. Okay? You have any questions about that?
No, I understand.
Okay, it's the right thing to do. So I would hope you do understand. You have 3 kids. You have to take care of them beyond backpacks and everything that we've already discussed. Mom needs some assistance too, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is there anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed. Thank you. You're welcome.
And that's how it's done. The court saw through the excuses, determined the true income, and made sure these kids got the help they were due. There were no shady tactics or loopholes. Just justice was served. If you thought this case was as shocking as we did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and remember to subscribe for more incredible courtroom breakdowns. See you in the next case.